Good morning, guys, Unfrequented World, and today is a surprise metal detecting hunt. Maybe not for you, but for me. I just dropped my kid off at camp, and I thought, gee, I got a lot of chores to do at home, but the car is always packed with my metal detecting gear, and the next thing I knew, I was turning down the road away from home, so I guess we're going metal detecting. Chores? I know some of you guys think this channel is all about adventure seeking, treasure finding, Northern Ontario outdoor bush living, chasing the wildlife. But I'll tell you what it's really about, guys. Wet shoes. I still have wet feet from chasing the osprey yesterday. It's not a very comfortable feeling, and they stink. I do love it up here. It is so peaceful. I know a lot of you guys don't ever get to dig sites like I do, where, I mean, all I have around me is nature and birds and farmland. And it's just absolutely, it just reminds me of why I moved home. I really do believe that Canada is the greatest country in the world. I think we're gonna go back to the church where we were the other day, and I'm gonna do an hour or two there with probably the Garrett. Just to switch it up. We used the cruiser last time we were there, and we'll piece together a trip from there. Only in Chisholm. We're going to use the AT Pro today, and I'm going to disc out to 10 in Pro Zero mode, and sensitivity will start on full. Should be fine out here in the countryside, and give it a go. So the church is just through the trees there, guys, the 100-year-old church, and down here where the vehicles park, I mean, they've been using this for 100 years as well, so I'm going to start just right down in here, and I think I'm going to work my way up through the cleared bush here towards the church. I did most of the surrounding area, but I'm going to give it a quick go again right in the front yard of the church with the AT, just because it's a different machine. So, first hole of the day. I like to show the start I'm getting off to, but I am going to stay optimistic. There is old stuff here still, I know it. I'm just making my way through the bush here, guys. Not finding a lot of good stuff. Lots of little pieces of wire, some nails and stuff. And here's a big old plate. I don't know what that would have been used for, but still got a nail in it. So I don't know if you guys can see through the trees here, but where the parking area was directly behind me, this here looks like it was an old path up to the church. So I'm going to give that a real good go. Don't know what that is, but I don't think it's that old. Ah, the old pie plate in the woods. That one got me good. Well, I'm disappointed. We solved the mystery, and I guess I was wrong. Those weren't tokens or coins that we found here the other day. They were punch-outs from some kind of paneling, which a couple viewers online did tell me that's probably what they were, and you guys were right. So, getting the faintest 80, 81 signal here, and it was quite a ways down there, 12 inches or so. And look at that. That's got to be some kind of old horse tack. I don't mind finding stuff like that. That is history. Solid ring, and we know it's old. It was down there. Okay, guys, another really good solid signal, 65. Just like I was getting for those cufflinks and things the other day, and I'm right back in that same area. Okay, right here in the plug. Ooh, I mean, what are the chances of it? Oh, it is! It's another button, guys! Oh, it's a different... I can see it's different. It's gold gilt, but, another clue! Frig, yeah, that makes my day. So that button that I found the other day, the only thing I could find on it was that it was circa 1900, so right around the turn of the century. And I don't know why this guy's dropped so many buttons here, but take a look at this one. I cleaned it off a little bit. Look at that, guys. Another clue. So that's like Navy. I don't know what year that is, if we can get a year from that design, but when I go home, there's something else to research. Oh, that makes my day. I love finding history. The only other question is, you know, you would think you find a cufflink in front of the church or one button, but 2 buttons and a cufflink. Like, what, were they all roughhousing out here? Did they have some kind of party and everybody lost buttons? I don't know, but I'm going to keep looking. Got another theory. Bride and groom, military wedding. Groom gets cold feet, starts running, makes it to right here before he's tackled by his buddies, loses a cufflink and 2 buttons. Was dragged kicking and screaming back into the church, forced to tie the knot, and spent an eternity doing house chores. Hey guys, we are right in the button zone. Now this is not ringing up like a button. It's a little higher. But there's definitely a coin or a button or something there. And right there is where we were digging the buttons the other day. Well, I think it's just junk, guys. It's something folded over. And it's not brass or anything. It's rusty, so not military. Just on the other side of the church now, and I'm making my way along where I guess people might have parked a long time ago. There's a bit of a roadway here. So I'm just kind of making my way down through here and checking the edge of the bush. Do you guys remember in the Dan Brown novel, Angels and Demons, where they had that one little remote church that hid all the treasure? Well, you never know. This could be that one ancient, out of the place, nobody's going to look for a treasure. Okay guys, I just left the bush and I thought I'm going to walk across the front of the church one more time. And I came from a different angle, obviously the opposite angle this time. I found my favorite thing to find. Solid 76 signal. I bet you guys can guess what that's going to be right there. I haven't looked at it yet. That's going to be a fish scale. A Canada 5 cent, an early one. Oh, look at that, guys. That makes my day. That is my favorite thing to dig. The back's a little worn, but I mean, you can still read all the writing really well, and the date and everything is really good, so... Oh, I'm so stoked with that. I mean, I just spent an hour here in the front meticulously doing rows. So it depends, guys, on which way you're coming from, which way you're swinging. You might not be overlapping. I mean, there's a million things, but I'm now going to do another hour in this front yard. Damn, I opened up a hole, and a hornet, I don't know if there's a nest in there in the ground, or did I kneel on a flower, but a yellow jacket stung me on the arm twice. You can't see it, but trust me, it hurt. And then the little bugger chased me from there all the way back across here, landing on my legs, and I'm trying to brush him off, and finally I had to take my hat and just kill him. Oh, my arm is throbbing right now. Okay, so there's no nest here, but if you look right here, I think I knelt on him. There's a flower, and I must have sat down on him to dig that out of there. He didn't like that. So before he got me, I grabbed the goodie out of the hole, and it's a 1947 Canada penny. Well, there's a 1960 in pretty good shape too, guys. We are going to dig that. Okay, so we're going to try to do this whole thing live. Hard to do with one hand. Here we go. Oh, penny. So I absolutely take that back, guys. It is just a penny, but it's a 1941, and it is in really nice shape. So, other than Georgie having potatoes in his ears here, this coin, for being in the ground for 60 years, maybe more, is fantastic. You guys might be asking, how come he missed all these pennies the first time? Well, there are a ton of nails here in this yard, including nails, they're like a round flat nail on the top, and they give off a higher signal than regular. And so what I've done over the last 45 minutes here is I've actually turned off the iron audio, and I've set my discrim all the way up to 60. So I'm kind of cheating. So that's knocking out all the iron, And this way I kind of can pick out those better signals even when there's a bunch of nails in the hole with it. So that is one feature I love about the Garrett, is you can just knock that iron stuff, the sound right out, and just cherry pick coin signals and things like that. And you got to go really slow when you do that. So that's what I'm talking about there, guys, like the old style roofing nails. They just ring up, some of them, you know, they'll bounce all over, but they'll give you a high signal right up into the 80s, and this whole front lawn here is littered with these. All right, that one's for Josh. Josh is metal detecting. He's out with a bad back this week, so there's a weedy. Look at that, guys. Canada 1 cent, 1932 dot penny. That is the first dot penny that I've dug. That's going to clean up real nice at home. There it is, guys. That one's in really rough shape. It's another Canada dot penny. 1930 something, but I can't make the date out on that. And let's just pray it's not a 36 dot with the dot underneath. I think those are worth a couple $100,000. Actually, I can just say that it is and call it a day. Well, there's another penny. But because they're so old, I don't mind finding these. 1953 Canadian. They were just pop tops. And this one actually, soda to my American friends, actually has some cool history stuff. I think it says colored North Bay, and it says Timmins South Porcupine underneath it. And it's orange. So if I was ever going to keep a cap, this would be it, but I'm not gonna. So there's either a tooth off of an old piece of equipment or a hook. I don't know, it's broken. But I would have to say farm machinery. Well, I just made a rookie mistake, guys. I pulled that hook out of the ground, and 6 inches away I was getting another signal. And I realized at the time that it wasn't the same kind of signal. I'm like, ooh, that's a solid 65. But I'm like, that must be the end of the hook I just found. So here I am digging this hole, beating it literally with my shovel like it owes me money, just trying to get this out of here quick and dirty. It's hot. And look what I found. I was not gentle on this dig. The dirt was just flying and I was just... And then look what I just saw come flying out of the hole. Another navy button. Hopefully I didn't ding it. Oh, look at that, guys. And that's even older. That, I'm not an expert on buttons, but I mean that, look, it has a shank on the back. That, I believe, is more in line with the first button we found. Turn of the century kind of thing. Why are there so many buttons out here at the church? Oh, make my day, though. I don't want to say it, but I think we're on a lucky streak. A couple feet over, guys, I got a real good signal right up to 90, and I can see the edge of a coin in there. Look at that, guys. That looks like silver to me. Trying to block the sunlight here. Okay, I'm going in. Oh, it is. It's a quarter. It's an old one. It's got the wreath on it. Hell yeah, look at that, guys. It's worn right out, but I can see the date, 1917, right at the bottom there. 25 cents Canada is what it would have said at the top. It is worn right out, but I will take it. Last coin, here's the road, guys, was found right at the edge of the road here. So it makes you wonder how much we've lost to roads over time, you know what I mean? It's all at 86. Thought I was looking for a penny, but look at this, guys. I think it's another button of some kind. False alarm. That is not a button. It says rear knee on it, and it has a threaded end. So, going in the junk pile. Ooh, just what I wanted to end the day on. Egyptian armband. That is a big old piece of steel. So the old church has been really good to me, guys. I gotta say, the hunt the other day was fantastic, but today was even more amazing. I'll show you, I've got the show and tell stump here. I like this place. I'll show you today's finds. 4.5 hours. Again, the wind has just kicked up like a storm is gonna blow in again. But here's the good stuff, guys. Absolutely 1917 Canada quarter, 1906 fish scale, 2 navy buttons, both of them really old. That one there is turn of the century, I think. 7 pennies, all old, and then the 2 dot pennies, one of which I'm going to say is a 1936 dot. We'll just leave that uncleaned. And there's all the junk I got today, guys. So amazing, amazing hunt. So find of the day, guys. I usually go with the fish scale. That's my favorite thing to find. But today I'm going to say it's a tie between the old navy button and the fish scale. As you can see, there is a storm coming. Okay guys, here's my 2 dot pennies, 1932, and I did clean the other one off enough to get the date, 1931. And what I'm going to do is now I'm going to throw these in some hydrogen peroxide that's been in the microwave for 1 minute, and then we're going to clean these off and see how good they turn out. I do have a collection of old coins, so I don't have too many dot pennies, so these will go in my collection. So put some hydrogen peroxide in a bowl, throw it in the microwave for 1 minute, then we're going to put the coins in for 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, so it's boiling. And then we'll just put the coins in and leave them for 3 to 5 minutes. Everything that's on those coins is going to get very crusty and hard and easy to clean off. I'll show you guys some pictures of the finished clean coins now. So before I bother cleaning, the 41 and the 47 Canadian would be the only 2 that I'd be interested in. I'll check my collection. These are all Canadian pennies, guys, and if I pull out the 1947, I have 17 of those, and those weren't dug out of the ground, so they're in really good shape. Okay, and 1941s, I have 11 of those that are in really good shape, so I won't bother cleaning those other 2. They'll just go into the hoard.